one of our first events that we've had here, Family. Am I still on?
Yeah, it's cracking.
Okay.
Here we go.
When we opened in January of 2020, we had a wonderful celebration, a ribbon cutting, and our students got to enjoy 6 weeks of being in the school. Then we shut down for COVID, then we came back in August, and all last year used a lot of precaution and didn't really have many events here at the school where families could participate. So I am thrilled tonight, and I hope you will join me in a big round of applause for being here. Yay! Our theme this year is You Are the Reason. We are celebrating our 30th anniversary. And for our students out there, that means that North Florida School of Special Education is 30 years old. How many of you think I'm 30? Raise your hand. 29. That's why I love these students so much. I think I might be 18, but who knows? Anyway, we are excited tonight to be celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. And our theme being You Are the Reason, we want our students to know that you are the reason, our parents to know that you are the reason, our staff, our board of directors, our volunteers, our donors, you are the reason that we are here. And so we are so appreciative of the history of NFSSC. We are so appreciative of all of our new families. We had 30 new families start this year, so I think that's a pretty good thing. 30 families for 30 years. So tonight we are kicking off our Family Annual Giving Tree campaign. And you're going to get a chance to hear more about it. But I'm really excited to tell you that over the years, the campaign, the Giving Tree, has grown substantially. This year, our goal is to raise $415,000. That's a lot of money, and that means a lot of people in our community and a lot of our families and our board members and our staff all contribute. So the giving goal for our families, our board, and our staff is $100,000. And so you can see to my left is our board that you will be able to see every day starting in October. So we're going to be kicking it off, and we are excited to show you ways that you will be able to give through, you're going to have a special video and some information tonight from Dawn Dixon. So I want to take a minute to introduce our speaker. I think he's standing in the wings. For those of you who are native Jacksonville people, you know that the Jacksonville Jaguars came on board here 27 years ago. That's a pretty long time too, almost as old as the school. And Brian Sexton is no stranger to Jacksonville. I remember back in the day that he was the voice that we heard all the time talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we are so excited to have him. He started in the very beginning, so you're going to get to hear a little bit about history. He loves our city, and he gives back in many ways with his gifts and his talents. So Brian recently visited the school this summer, and he had a chance to participate with our I Can Bike program. And I remember that day he came out, and he was so excited to work with some of our students to help them learn how to ride their bicycle. I also remember that he was pouring sweat all over, so tonight he looks a little bit better than the last time I saw him. But I want to have you give a warm welcome to Mr. Brian Sexton. Thank you for being here.
Oh, I'm happy. I have to tell you, so a good friend of mine had been trying to get me here to the school to meet Sally for years. probably have met Kim Thomas. And I had worked with her in a couple of other things through the years. She's the director of Plan Giving, is that it? In Major Gifts. So she had a big hand in a lot of what you see here. And she's very proud of this school. Can you all hear me? There's like the feedback. Normally I don't need it. Can you all hear me? Yeah. Good. Don't need the mic. I have a big mouth. That's what comes from being a radio broadcaster for 30 years. So Kit had been trying to get me out here, and there really wasn't a reason why I never made it. It was just, kids and jobs, and yeah, Kit, I'll come. So then the Jaguars sent me here to do a story this summer with Josh Lambo, who, as many of you know, has been here on a regular basis since signing with the Jaguars in 2017. So I didn't even put two and two together, and I pull up and there's a big red barn, and I thought, what is there a barn doing in the middle of Arlington? How in the world did they make this? What is this? So I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't understand what makes this place so special. And I'm out on the field out here, and are those blueberry bushes? Is that a garden? Wait a second. What do they do here in the first place? And then some of the kids started riding their bike, and it was a process. You want to turn it on? Do I have to turn it on? All right, I'll turn it on. Okay. Hopefully that makes you hear me a little better. And I got a sense of, really quickly, what the North Florida School was all about. And then my friend Kit walked out and said, I've been trying to get you here for years. And I realized really quickly, because I was working with Ben Brown here, right? First of all, I was entirely overdressed. Entirely. I didn't know what the bike program was all about. But it didn't take long to walk in this gym and see a lot of parents, probably some of you, sitting back and letting other people work with your kids to teach them how to ride a bike. So the very first thing was the North Florida School was about love, because there were a lot of people that love your kids, teachers and volunteers and neighbors, right? You had a neighbor, Ben? Wasn't there a neighbor that was working with us? Yeah, exactly. And they wanted to help these kids learn to ride these bicycles if it took all week, and it took all week, right? But by the end of the week, I felt like Ben was my son, because when he made it around that track by himself and put his hand up and said, I'm good, I thought that was just like one of my kids, right? He's got this thing. And I guess, I don't see any scrapes on your knees, Ben. Yeah, a couple of them. I guess he hasn't stopped, and I bet if your kids were part of that program, they haven't stopped either. So then I went on a little tour of the school, from what happens in the kitchen, to the pet bakery, to the coffee shop, to the equestrian center. It just hit me that I had never seen a school that offered so much and that brought so many people together to create, and I don't think I understood the meaning of the word inclusion until I stepped foot here. To me, it was a political buzzword, right? It was one of those catchphrases that you hear, but someone said that every one of these students wants to learn to ride a bike so they can ride the neighborhood with their friends and be included. And then it hit me that this school, right then, was about creating an opportunity for these kids to be their very best. And it didn't take long for me to see that it helps you be your very best as parents and siblings when you're plugged into a place like this. So when Kit said, hey, will you come back? I said, absolutely. She said, do you think you can tell them why you're here? And I just did. I'm here, and Sally, I'm going to come back and volunteer for the bike next year, right? What happens here is so significant. It was so obviously significant, from the light in the teacher's eyes, right? To the names on the wall of the people that believe in the mission of the North Florida School. You can include me and my family in on that as well. So as you get set tonight to kick off your family campaign, My family would like to start it with a $1,000 donation to help the campaign get started. You've got something really special here, and there's an opportunity for you to go and tell the story of the school, right? With the Jaguars, we haven't had a really good story to tell, right? It hasn't been that much fun recently. But I tell the story every day because I'm passionate about it, and I know that it isn't necessarily really good right now, but it's going to be really good soon. You all are passionate about the story that you have to tell about the North Florida school, and it's really good all the time. So go and tell that story. Get people here. Let them see a barn in the middle of Arlington and wonder, how in the world did that get there? I still marvel. I tell my wife all the time, you gotta come and see a barn in Arlington. She said, it's a red barn. I said, it's a red barn in the middle of Arlington. And I drive by here, and I have for 27 years. Down Atlantic Boulevard, going to the stadium every day. I never knew it was here. Now I do. And it's a phenomenal place. And you all are blessed to have a place like that where as a community, you can work together to create an amazing opportunity for your kids. And I want to be a part of that. So we're here to help. We're here to help you tell your story. It's a great story. Tell it to everyone. Bring them to show them the barn. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dawn Dixon, who I told us the PSO chairman, but is better known as Jonathan's mom. I think they want you to run and jump up on the stage. Oh, you're going to take the easy way out. Jonathan must be a handful then, huh? All right. Good luck with your campaign, folks. It's going to be a raging success, I know.
Can you hear me? Try not to yell. Is that better? I'm not a professional speaker. Not even an amateur. Can you hear me now? Yes. Thank you, Ben. So, I am here to talk about the peer-to-peer fundraising. For our families that have been here for a while, we were used to doing crowdfunding individually and by classroom, and we would create our team on our school website. This year it's going to be different, very easy actually, it's much easier. It's going to be on givelively.org, and if you're like me, when I went to set up my team, I found that I had already used it before, and I didn't even recall. So you might already have a Give Lively account. What did I do? Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Thank you. That might be unfortunate. So, what's really exciting for our students, of course, fundraising is exciting, especially if they're competitive. They're competitive kids and they want to win and raise the most. But what's really exciting are the wonderful prizes that they can win and the families can win. Last year, my son was absolutely thrilled to be able to throw a pie in Mr. Sontag's face, our wonderful music teacher, Mrs. Hazlip and Mr. Sontag. They really take it for the team. They're kissing chickens, they're getting pies in the face. It's a lot of fun, and it's very exciting for our students. Actually, on your tables, if you look at the papers on your table, you'll see what some of the prizes are. It's very exciting. The top 20 fundraisers will be entered into a drawing to win $1,000 off of their tuition. Also, one person will win a birthday party at the farm. That's very exciting. If you've ever been to a birthday party at the farm, it is wonderful. Also, one winner will win a farm to cocktail party. which would be very exciting, obviously. So all of this is on your prizes and incentives on your table. And if you turn it over, you will see that there's a QR code that you can use to pledge. First before that, you're going to want to set up your team. It's really very, very easy. I set up my son's team in probably less than 5 minutes. It was very fast and very easy. So if you want to do this with me, you can take out your smartphone and you can scan the QR code. Now, if you already have a GoFundMe account, you may find yourself needing to reset your password, which is what I had to do because I could not remember the password for the account that I had set up previously, which happens quite frequently, I think, to all of us. So you can pull out your phone and you can go on to givelively.org, or you can scan the QR code. It's very easy. All you do is go down to where it says I want to fundraise. There's a button that says I want to fundraise for this, and you just click that. And you can set up your campaign by first confirming your email. And then you choose a name for your fundraising team. So for my son, because I thought it would be fun, his team is called Team DJ Jazzy John, because he fashions himself a rapper. So, and I'm old school, so that's why I did DJ Jazzy John for his team. And then what you would do is basically just customize your team's group by saying a little bit of something like why you love this school, why you want to fundraise for this school. We probably all have the same reasons, but for me it was I want to make sure that North Florida School of Special Education can continue to give our kids and families all of the wonderful programs that it gives them. And not just with education. If you spend any time in the school, you see that education, of course, is very important and our kids learn a lot, but they also are fostered in so many other ways socially, their well-being, their mental and physical well-being as well. All day long, everyone is looking out for our children. So it goes beyond just the basic education. And you can see that, as Brian said, all over the campus. When you walk around and you look at the barn and you see the horses and kids participating in therapeutic riding and all of the wonderful programs that we have. So if you set up your team, put in a reason why you want to fundraise for our school. You can customize it by adding a photo so that people can see your beautiful student's face, and put in again a personal note. And basically you just confirm that you set up this account, you'll get a confirmation email, and then from there you can share it, which is the most important part. You want to share your team with all of your friends and family. You can email the link, you can post it on Facebook, whatever social media platforms you use. It's very easy. As I said, I even did it myself, and it only took a few minutes. I really want to say, just really quickly on a personal note, how much I appreciate this school. I appreciate Mrs. Hislop and Dr. Raines and everyone that works so hard for our children. And I do feel really blessed that I get to be in and around the school as much as I am. These your children are an absolute blessing, and I really do, genuinely, I really love them with all of my heart. They are an absolute blessing. Thank you. I hope I remembered everything. if you have problems, if you have issues at all setting up your fundraising team, please make sure to let us know. You can reach out to Stacy Santiago. You can reach out to Dr. Rains. There's many people in admin that are ready and willing to help you set up your team. And hopefully, at least, get to throw a pie in the face of Mr. Sontag. Or make him kiss a chicken. One or the other. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Thanks, Dawn. We are so appreciative of all that Dawn Dixon does for North Florida School through the PSO. And she is here lots of days during the week, subbing and doing all different types of fun things with our students. Brian, thank you for coming. When we get to introduce someone new like you to the school, we are very appreciative that you have fallen in love and drank the Kool-Aid already. Thank you. So I want to also give you some information regarding our Giving Tree Festival. So during the month of October, we will ask, you'll be getting information, you already have some on your table, you'll be getting some stuff in the mail. If you set up your teams, this will be the month of October to really encourage your village to help fundraise for the school. And then on Saturday, November 6th, we will be having our Giving Tree Festival. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun, lots of really fun activities. There'll be food, there'll be the monkey, there's going to be all different types of games and bouncy houses and just different things. There'll be some pony rides down at the barn. So we will be having our fall festival on November 6th, our Giving Tree Festival, Family Festival, that we're real excited about. So you'll be getting more information about that. Does anybody have any questions regarding our campaign? Okay, we're so excited that you're here with us. This is your first year with us, and so we're glad that you're one of our new students, our new faces here. Yes. All right. I want to just give a shout out to our administrative team and Donna, Hannah, Dave, and all of our admin who really put together this event for us. We're very excited, like I said, to be back in the school and to be able to see you all face to face. So we have some free gifts to give out tonight. If you have a sticker on your family place card, so everybody take a look on your family place card. If you have one, raise your hand, and we have got a